So today's gonna be a little different from my usual stuff. I had a thought the other night and I wanted to try this out. So I draw a lot, but I don't like posting all of it, or like really much of it at all. But I still want to share it. So I thought maybe I can take all the art that I made at the end of the month and talk about how I feel about it, what I was focusing on, what I'd improve, basically some end of the month reflections. I'm currently still trying to figure out a format that works best for me with this, but people seem to like the iPad format from my first-ish video. I thought it was pretty personable, and so did the other people that watched it, so I wanted to try that again. But when it comes to what I'm going to say, I was having a bit of trouble figuring that out. So what I did for this one was I recorded footage of me going through my art on my iPad, and then I wrote out some script points based on each drawing, and then recorded it, which is what I'm doing now. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this going forward, but I just wanted to make it known that I'm a bit unsure of the format currently. I should also mention that I'm very, very script dependent. Not that I can't say things on my own, but because if I don't have a script, my videos would be an hour long, and I really don't want that. I try to ramble on streams instead, so recording the video and recording the audio at the same time is definitely a no-go for me. Anyway, with all that out of the way, here's my art for February. So I'm starting off with a really crappy page full of failed drawings. Nothing really went anywhere. I was warming up, I'm pretty sure, at this time, and I just kind of went from drawing to drawing as I felt like it. I got really frustrated, so I drew angry bunnies. Here's another similar page. I was experimenting with this kind of chisel slanted brush thing I got in Photoshop. I saw some really cool drawings that used an amazing pencil brush, and I was super jealous. But then it turns out that it's just the HB pencil on Procreate, and the Photoshop one I have is just completely different. More crappy doodles, this time with no pen pressure. I was trying to be shapely, I guess. They're not very good. And then here's some cookie runkajingas of two of my favorite characters, Strawberry Cream and Stolen. Strawberry looks okay, and while I think Stolen looks overall better, her proportions are super off. Her torso is way too short, and she has no room for her stomach. I also actually always interpreted her as a plus-size character, but she still looks smaller than I would like her to be, I think. These are pretty bad, so I was trying to draw more like an animator so I can make my own reference for a character sculpt intended for animation. It didn't go too well. I just really don't gel with this kind of stuff, unfortunately. And here's another bad page, same philosophy as before. The left drawing has some interesting flow going on, but she has absolutely zero reason to be in that pose, so it ultimately fails. And I guess a lot of my poses are kind of like that. I just really like contorting the human body, or humanoid bodies in this case, I guess. Some Spyro attempts. Honestly, every single time I draw him and Cinder, I feel like a bad artist. But I know it's just because I'm not intimately familiar with animal quadruped anatomy compared to my knowledge of human biped anatomy. So I'm very unconfident and I make very flat drawings as a result. I definitely need to spend some time on that. These ones are a little bit better for sure. I think it's because I gave up drawing like an animator and I just drew how I felt like. They're still not the greatest, but they're definitely a big improvement just because of the fact that I vibe with it better. For some reason, I've been drawing a bunch of crossed arms lately as well. Not really sure what's up with that, but it's been pretty fun. More Stolen drawings. Actually, the right one is an earlier version of the final one with Strawberry Cream. The left one is my initial drawing of her. I think it was the first time I drew my humanoid design. She looks better without the cap in the right drawing actually, which isn't usually the case, so it's very nice to see it here. These I'm not super happy with. I should probably mention that I was away in Cali for 2 months visiting my partner, and most of these drawings in February actually happened after I came back. I didn't draw for most of the 2 months while I was gone, so I was really rusty, and I had to draw a bunch of the gunk out, I guess you could say. I also wanted to be able to identify my weak areas so that I can improve. I think I did a good job of that because I've been tackling some stuff in March, and I'm much more proud of my work there, so that's a plus. This is just a little visual of how my first day of working on my 3D VTuber went. I did a paint over to check the proportions and kind of see what I wanted the model to look like later on. And then this one is the same as before, but it's for day 2. I did some further silhouette proposals and then I confirmed that in the next version of the sculpt. I really like this one. I think I posted it. I really like Futaba the most, I think, actually. There's something about the stylized yet anatomical shapes that I'm a big fan of. The lines are more loose and confident too. Macy looks good as well. I really like how masculine she looks, and I super enjoy that I drew her arm hair and her fuzzy little brows because they're very cute. Oh geez, what a whiplash. These are just more failed drawings from when I was drawing more shapely. There's not much to see here. This one's cute. It's my partner's OC and mine, Macy. It's our favorite ship right now and probably forever. I felt like doing something more character-y. I miss doing silly little OC interactions a lot. I used to do them a lot in like 2020. It's not the best, but it's cute, and that's enough. This mecha I really like. I was inspired because I saw a similar pose and I really want to try it myself. It's pretty common for me to do this. Looking back, I don't like how raised her shoulders are though. They're cute and it's a common visual trope that I do, but it doesn't really make sense of the way that the rest of her body is posed, so nah. This is Ro, my Splatoon OC, after working a salmon run shift. She got gunk in her shoe, like a little fool. This one's definitely sticker material if I were to do those. I haven't drawn in this style forever. I used to draw in a lot in summer 2022, but it's been a bit. And then this is the version of the Soma drawing that I did during my YouTuber video, and this is another version, and I was just playing with the composition of the chibis. These are some Macy's. I like how they're drawn technically and the style is cute, but it's too cute for Macy. Her eyes are way too big. I was practicing with the wideness of her head mostly because I really like making it super, super wide. There's some power drawings. These were earlier in the month. Basically, the drawings that look more confident are from the end of February. I remember this session a lot. I was frustrated but hopeful. I wasn't mad or anything. I was just kind of going through the motions on drawing the gunk out after my long break. And then this one is Futaba. There's two versions, the original and the one where I made some changes using Liquify. It's technically good, I think, but otherwise, honestly, pretty boring. More doodles. I think I put Stolen in there for composition's sake when I exported the original image. The Togepi is cute. Togepi and Mal are actually my favorite Pokemon, and I like my little OC in the middle there. And then here's Fry and some random girl. I'm a super big fan of side views where the shoulders are kind of way back and the pelvis is very forward. Fry, I think I was watching a live concert while I drew it. I remember I was at my partner's place while we watched it together. And I was at my partner's place for this one too, hence the hesitation and lack of confidence. It was early on when I was trying to get back into drawing, so it's very stiff. I was working on Dax's design. And that's all of it. So February was a really interesting month. I'm actually super happy that I drew as much as I did. There was a lot going on between me gearing up to say goodbye to California, to coming back to Canada, and then subsequently moving in with my mom and then sorting all those details out. Plus I had to relearn how to draw a little bit because I took a month and a half off. I mostly spent all my time working my way out of the sludge that I accrued over my little break, which actually really helped me identify where I wanted to improve going forward, and it let me see all my weak points that I had on display. And I also struggle with identity a bit, kind of like how I should be drawing. I always make myself unhappy when I try to draw in a way that I know doesn't like mesh well with me, like anime for example, or like something really cartoony. No matter what I do, it's just really not enjoyable. That about wraps it up, so thank you very much for checking out my February art with me. The next one might be a little bit different, as it'll be more up to date, so there'll be more in the moment, and I'll probably talk about the next steps and things that I want to work on. Since this video is showcasing my February work, and it's almost the end of March, that window of time is unfortunately passed. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Bye!